Good morning, it's Monday and it's time for assembly. I do feel a little bit like Mrs. Doubtfire sitting doing an assembly to a camera. You've got to be a certain age to know who Mrs. Doubtfire is, but if you haven't seen the Mrs. Doubtfire film, it's definitely worth a watch. Although anybody who tells me I look like Mrs. Doubtfire is in big trouble. Anyway, this morning I thought I would talk about how lovely it is during this weird time that we're in for things to be slow and steady. And when things are going slowly, it gives you time to really notice them. I guess that, like most of us, usually life goes very, very fast and we don't have time to stop and watch the weather or the birds or the trees or the leaves. I'm sitting here in my garden this morning and the leaves are rustling, the sun's shining. It's completely not like usual April weather. But everything's become much slower, and because people don't go out so much, I guess your mums and dads are not going out very much anymore, just when they need to for work or for shopping. So everything slows down, things take more time. I know in our house we can make much more time to sit and eat our meals or even cook, and we can bake and do things that are much slower than we usually would. And if I'm honest, I really hope that we won't go back to the fast lives that we had before. I'm really hoping that things will stay a bit slower. Maybe that's because I'm a bit older, but I love things being a bit slower and a bit more steady. Yesterday when I was doing some gardening, I found a bird bath and we set it up in the garden and I filled it with some water. And then I just sat and watched the birds using it. And it was just lovely. And I might try, I can hear some birds behind me actually. I might just try and show you the bird bath and see if we can see any birds using it or coming near it. I'll see if I can do it. Hang on a second. It's over here. There. And we've had some robins this morning sitting having a drink out of it, and birds that I don't even recognise, but I'm going to try because I've got some time, because I can be a bit slower. I'm going to look up and see what the birds are who are visiting our garden. So try and enjoy the slow pace of life, and let's all put fingers crossed that actually when this is all over we don't go back to being quite as fast as we usually are. See you soon.